Greetings guys, this is Stretch back in with another video. I do hope you guys are all doing well. Today I figured we'd do a bit of Dramiel banter. I was flying two particular fits, mostly. I didn't get as much footage with this one that's on the screen just now. And Dual Rep one had some really nice fights with it though, which will be included. But most of the fights you'll see is in that fit to the left, with the 200 plate and small anti. Now you'll have problems with CPU. In that fit, so I was using a cheap Abyssal Road DCU for that fit to 200 plate, as opposed to using, say, the 6th slot in our implants for a CPU. Instead, I was using a 3% damage. Just get a little bit more damage out there, especially with that. Both of these fits have pretty anemic DPS. Especially that one to the left with the 200s and no rocket launcher. That's a nice little tank and some awesome range control, man. I believe the implants I was using for that Dramiel was Azor's Hyperlink for 5% extra speed, and then just 3% damages, resulting in 6% extra damage. With the Dual Rep Dram, I was using mid-grade Asclepions, both of which I was also using drugs. I believe Exile and Hard Shell for the Dual Rep one. For the buffer one, I think I took a mix of definitely Exile and then Parallancia or Overclocker, depending how I felt that particular day. So you got a really nice bunch of fights for this. I find with that 200 plate one, it's really good for 1v1s. It struggles for like 1v2s just because it has so little DPS and its tank isn't amazing. Dramiels without the dual rep setup tend to be kinda squishy. So you'll see in some of the like 1v2s it can get a bit spicy. But as for the dual rep one, it's like it handles that very well. The only thing that you can sort of struggle on, especially if there's newts introduced into the fight, that Dual Rep one can struggle a lot. It also suffers a lot in like its buffer, that Dual Rep one, so you need to watch out for things like in like Alpha U. But yeah, there's not really too much more to be said about these. These fits are a bit more on the expensive side. And this Dual Rep one I feel like requires at least like mid-grade Asclepions. You could probably do it without, but then its tank's not great for what we're trying to achieve. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's go into the fight. Here we have a fight against a Thrasher. Auto cannon Thrashers, Arty Thrashers are going to handle in a different way. What you're going to do with auto Thrashers, I spot that this is auto. We're going to keep us at 9k, we'll be out if it's fall off, whilst we're still hitting our fall off and our free drones. If it was Arty, just orbit 500 and you should be good. I don't include any fights against Arty Thrashers in this because they're kinda easy in this fit. Unless they take like longer range and use long point, then it can be a bit spicy. But if they're like the ABG web one, you should be able to get out of the guns quite quickly. Now I keep at 8k here, and then I'm waiting for incoming DPS. If this pilot switches to Barrage, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our orbit to 500. You see it now? And I'm going to turn my orbit to like a tight orbit so we can perhaps get into the guns with our speed and our low stick. I'm taking a lot of damage here, and I totally blank out the newt. That wasn't really coming into my like equations and stuff. But thankfully we got a wee NOS in this fit to keep us going. It's looking super dangerous at the moment. You're seeing that he's having trouble tracking us. But if his newt like cycled more and our NOS wasn't doing its work, we would our AB would go down and then you'd be able to track quite well. But we'd take that fight. Albeit being very close. This is a Courser. Coursers can be very spicy. I believe this gentleman was either AB web or dual web, right? That's most Coursers you'll see have no like scram or long point. But again, man, if I were small second, if basically we're going to speed of like goddamn light, man, we're so fast, which is awesome. The dual webs were just keeping held down. And yeah, we do have quite a nice tank. Minotaur ships in general have a really good resistance profile towards EM and thermal. And a weaker, I believe they have reduced kinetic resistances, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they have more EM resistances. So that's a GF for that Courser. Okay, in this next fight, this will be the first fight of the dual rep one. This pair's killed me before in that 200 plated one. Sorry I didn't include that. I don't know where the footage went, boys. I'm sorry, wish I could include that. But I decided to take this Dramiel out and give them a fight. You see we're tanking fine, man. I'm sort of over-repping here potentially. This is the first time I've flown something like this, and I'm worried of our buffer, man. I'm scared that these two can potentially just like nuke through our buffer. So I'm sort of like a bit over-repping here, and I should really be cycling them like, you know, like that, as opposed to both at the once, right? But yeah, that the Rifter he's flying is very, very tanky, so it takes us a while to work through that. I believe that was the correct primary there, as Punisher's also known to be incredibly tanky. You'll notice it's taking a while to work them down too, because our DPS is pretty lackluster, man. I think we're pushing like 200 DPS. With this fix, we have the extra DPS rated rocket launcher. I believe I actually wanted to fit a NOS to this dual rep fit, but I think fitting restraints were quite rough. So that's why we ended up just going for the rocket launcher. We could fit that as opposed to the NOS, and the extra DPS is always helpful. So at this point, I've sort of stabilized. I'm happy. Just need to make sure that, I don't know, somehow he doesn't like, I don't know, burst for buffer. He seems to be pulse fit. I shouldn't really keep my range like this, but we can tank him thing, right? If we're struggling, we can orbit him. And, yeah. Just getting rid of these guns a bit, 'cause we've got the tracking bonus, autos apply better than pulses. And, yeah, you see, he's getting for a tank there. That's just me being, give him hope, maybe. Not me making mistakes, of course not. But, yeah, this dual rep Dramiel was pretty sweet. I feel like he can, take on a lot of stuff, man. we just need to get or, learn what we can and cannot fight. We hear everything against Incursus, then a comet comes in. I keep most Incursuses at 5k here, so we're doing max DPS whilst keeping out their void and antimatter range. I do keep an eye on the damage modifications just to see if, rail damage is coming in which case we'll orbit close. And also just keep an eye on damage, as opposed, because if he launches loads null, he'll be hitting out about 7.5k, in which case we can pull our range out to 8k to 7.5k, or even further. So we were hitting out about 10k with our autocannons and the bonus. I see that he's going down, so I'm going to stay on him. That Incursus is going to get right on top of me, applying its full DPS, which is scary. That's so scary, man. Blaster Comet on top of you is bad. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull to 8k here on this Blaster Comet, and then try and get some DPS on. He's getting me dangerously low at this point, but we can pull range incredibly quickly. So I'm trying to stabilize here. I'm panicking a little bit, you might notice. Yeah, I feel like I should be sitting pretty here, but just because of the extra drone DPS this fed enemy comets put out, I believe he might end up switching to null and get an occasional little grazing. I'm burning out stuff, man. You can tell that I'm not in my top form in this point. We're running low in cap and it's not looking good. You'd say this, right? Don't put your money on me at this point. But yes, basically I'm lining it out. I'm looking to coward at this point, because it's looking pretty close, but if enemy comets have a lot of hull buffer, and this Dramiel tends not to. So I'm thinking we're losing at this point. I do end up pulling a range here, and we win this because we hold grid and he warps, right? We're the winner. Okay, this isn't so much a solo fight, but basically I've got a planned 1v1 with my boy here, Mactain. But we both warp to this Plex, and we see a bunch of frigates here, and we're like, alright, cool. So I'm going to help my boy Mactain. He's been primaried here, which is good for me. Better him than me. I'm sorry, Mactain. I'm going to primary this Tristan, just thinking that it might be either Kitey, want to catch it before it does its Kitey things, or it's Newt Fit. It ends up being Newt Fit, which is great. That's the perfect primary there. So once they finish Mactain, those Newts and me would do so much work, man. I fought these two Atrons before, and I know they're rail, so what we're going to do is we're going to orbit 1k. It might have been actually more beneficial to orbit out 2.5 or 3k, so we're getting decent tracking whilst completely out-tracking them. My boy Mactain goes down, he done work. So we're going to work that Atron down, then I'm going to orbit the R1, my tank. I'm tanking thing here, I'll be honest, we're fine. Yeah. But I've had this Atron pulled more range. I believe he's long point, he might be struggling for cap, not used it. Oh no, he's scrap. Interesting. But yeah, once I got rid of these guns, it's pretty much GG. So that was a cool little scuffle. With my boy Mactain and against those frigate gang. Okay, this is another fight in dual rep Dram. This Tristan's here to start. I'm seeing a lot more frigates in D-scan, so I'm hoping they're with this gentleman. I keep him at 7.5k here. He's Newt Fit, which is fine. We're keeping out the range of these Newts. Even if he got right on top, was completely newed out, that's not too bad. So we just gap up and wrap up. That wasn't too much of an issue. Had that Tristan been with this next pair, it would have been a bit of an issue. It's a shame that they didn't all form up at the once. It takes them a bit of a while to get here. They might have not even been together. I think they might have been. But it's a Tristan and a Tormentor. The Tristan being Kitey. What I want to do is orbit the Tormentor close. Again, if he's guns, apply our damage. The Tristan's going to do his weird Kitey things, put DPS on it. You'll notice for this fight, actually, this isn't isn't too much of a stressful fight. It just shows you like how good even with the single web, the damage mitigation for our speed is. And the fact that we can just like tank so much here, man. I've just got one rep on the go on this. Super easy. I think I'm out tracking myself a bit just because we're still super fast in this fit. Oh no, we'll actually we'll be faster than the plated one. So yeah, we're like super fast. But once the torment goes down, I'm looking to catch his Tristan. He's probably not expecting the speed I'm putting out. I noticed he didn't have his MWD active there. But yeah, we're super speedy. Once I get on top of him, man, still got the one rep on the go. I'm easy, man. Cap's not an issue. K Tristan's going down. And yes, GF to those lads. Okay, I knew going into this fight, this was going to be spicy, man. This is 2 comets. I knew the Corax was probably going to be a bit off because I seen them like I'm just like chilling at range. This was a worse scenario. Both of these comets were like just like armor buffer, both of which using newts. My plan is to keep at 5.5k, hopefully mitigate the damage off of one nearly completely while supplying damage decently. And I knew that one of them was going to be on top of me for this whole fight until I deal with the first one. Yeah, you'll notice that they're like easily breaking my tank here. The dual newts is so rough, man. I didn't actually clock on to the newts until I started to have cap problems. In which case, maybe I should have orbited out further the primary comet. That way his newt wouldn't be infecting us whatsoever. The second one would be, though. I still think would have really struggled for cap. Yeah, this is really spicy fight. I make a really bad mistake. We do end up... Yeah, okay, so we do end up taking out this first one, right? And then I'm freaking out, because like, I'm trying to get him a pod. I'm not used to using like crazy pods like this. You'll notice. I think I get the pod. I don't even realize he's dead at this point. I should have capped up, AB, dual reps, and would have been fine. Okay, and for final fight, a little Dram versus Dram banter. I believe this is a dual prop one. He doesn't have a plate. He just has a small ant save with a gyro, and I'm surprised how close this fight actually was. I was expecting like in a matchup, especially like this, for us to win that quite easily. But I think the extra DPS that this one does a lot of work for it. And also, shout out to this gentleman. Like, he sent me a very heartwarming message after this and gave me some Dramiels. Won't go into too much details about said message, but the Dramiels were very much appreciated. So thank you, my man. And thank you for this fight. It was a great GF. And it'll be a great fight to finish this fight off, video off. So it was indeed a close one. He certainly made us work for our money. Yeah, down to the wire, boys. Down to the wire. And there we have it, boys. That is our video. I am going to end up doing another video on the Stram on that particular dual rep fit, just a video of its own. You might probably be thinking, oh, there's a lot more for those 200mm Dramiel as opposed to the dual rep one, and you'd be correct. You're probably also wondering why I didn't put that like in the simulate instead of the dual rep one. It's because I totally forgot that I was recording that one as opposed to the 200 plated one. I was too lazy to redo it. So sorry about that. But yeah, probably will do a full video on that dual rep ones. Although those fights were really interesting, I feel like the potential of this fit is like huge, man. I can see myself getting like really nice fights in this. So yeah, there were some nice ones there, but it's like, you know, Dramiel versus 2 T1 frigates. You know, not too impressive or anything like that. Like if I was playing it better, we could have killed those 2 comets, man. There's like stuff like that, man. Like against 2 faction frigates or like more than 2 frigates. I'm excited for it in that Dramiel. I think we're gonna get some awesome little fights in that if I continue flying that about. Just need to, get better at like micromanaging our reps and keep management. Should probably be doing all this weird stuff and shortcuts and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed playing this Dramiel. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.